On the back of a fourth straight loss on Saturday at the hands of the Phoenix Suns, it's becoming apparent that Steve Kerr's controversially deep rotation can't continue to the same extent. Kerr used 13 players in the first half against the Suns as the Warriors were helpless to stop a barrage of threes from the hosts. Phoenix led 66-49 at the main break, and while a shortened rotation were more competitive in the second half, the damage had already been done as Golden State fell 113-105. Steve Kerr will have to shorten the Warriors' rotation. Running a 12-man rotation already seemed like an unsustainable option earlier in the season, so going to 13 is surely going to be an idea that's shelved rather quickly. There's an argument to be made that Kerr should go to 9 or 10, with a number of players in the firing line to be axed from the rotation. Based on recent form, deteriorating role/minutes, and a look to the future, let's have a look at 4 players whose spot in the rotation is in jeopardy. 1. Moses Moody. It's getting rather tiresome that Moses Moody is still involved in these type of conversations, particularly when he just signed a 3-year, $39 million extension just prior to the season. It's the reality of the situation for the 22-year-old though, having been benched in the second half and playing less than 3 total minutes on Saturday. Moody has played more than 20 minutes just twice this season. After scoring at least 12 points in 3 of the first 4 games, he's since scored a dozen or more in just 2 of the next 15. It's ironic that you could actually make a fair argument for Moody to be starting, but the reduction in role and minutes suggests he could equally find himself completely out of the rotation. 2. Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II has appeared in all 19 games for the Warriors so far this season, which in itself was fantastic after 2 injury-riddled years. He's averaging just 12.1 minutes and is shooting a paltry 17.6% from 3, with the lack of spacing making it incredibly difficult to play him more given the roster consists of a number of other non-shooters. Perhaps it's time for Payton just to be a situational player. Throw him out there if an opposing guard gets off the leash and can't be contained, but otherwise Kerr needs to find an alternative who can provide a little more offense. 3. Lindy Waters. 3. The Lindy Waters 3 minutes were excellent in the first 5 games of the season, yet they've progressively gotten worse since then. The 27-year-old found himself in a starting role after De'Anthony Melton's injury, but was pushed back to the bench on Saturday in favor of Brandon Podziemski. Over the last 15 games, Golden State are -21 and Waters 218 minutes on the floor. While that doesn't sound horrific, it's the 4th worst on the team and quite surprising given many of his minutes have come in the starting lineup alongside Stephen Curry, Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins, who have led the team in plus-minus across the same period. Known as an elite 3-point shooter, Waters has shot just 31.1% from deep over those 15 games. 4. Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer impressed in nearly 15 minutes on Wednesday against the Oklahoma City Thunder, earning himself another opportunity as the backup point guard. His 8 minutes in Phoenix were less impressive and probably should be his last in the rotation so long as Curry and Podziemski are available. The two-way contracted guard is solid but doesn't necessarily bring the upside that the Warriors should be striving for given they've got so many rotation options.